I want to take you to Minneapolis. Late tonight, we got the mugshot of the former police officer involved in this case, Derek Chauvin. He is now charged with third-degree murder and manslaughter in the death of Floyd. Now, according to Minnesota law, third-degree murder is committed when there is not intent or premeditation. Instead, it's used for crimes like someone firing a gun into a crowd. Now, the charges carry a combined recommended sentence of 16 and a half years in prison. Prosecutors say Chauvin's knee was on Floyd's neck for more than 8 minutes. Floyd was non-responsive for nearly 3 of those minutes. Now, leaders in Minneapolis imposed an overnight curfew beginning at 8 o'clock tonight, trying to prevent any out-of-control protests like the ones that we all saw this time last night. There were protests all day in Minneapolis. Some have continued past curfew. Now, this is what's been going on tonight in Atlanta. It got violent at times. Protesters in Atlanta burning a police car. Look at them. Throwing bottles at officers. Smashing windows at CNN World Headquarters. Now I want to bring you back here to Indianapolis. Protests right now getting very tense in the downtown Indianapolis area. Now, we've just seen tear gas in the last few minutes. In fact, we had to move our TV crews out of the way to keep them safe. Tonight at 11, our Emily Longnecker is showing us how the rest of tonight went.
Scott, people of all different backgrounds came to the circle today. Many saying what happened in Minneapolis this week isn't a black issue, isn't a white issue, but should be an American issue. The outrage expressed all across the country this week over the killing of George Floyd by a Minneapolis police officer. Arrived at Monument Circle Friday night. That tension spilled over in a brief exchange between close to 100 protesters and IMPD.
That's me. That's my brother. That's my uncle. Those are my friends.
That's who Isaac Panaccio saw when he watched video of police officer Derek Chauvin kneeling on George Floyd's neck as he cried for help. Floyd later died.
To see that video, it was so graphic. After the first 5 minutes, I almost broke down and cried.
Panaccio and the other people gathered brought that anger and grief to Friday's protest. Speaking out against the charges of third-degree murder and manslaughter Chauvin now faces.
That ain't enough. What do you mean manslaughter? You was on your knees on the man's neck until he died. He said he couldn't breathe over and over.
Protesters also called out what they say is a long history of police brutality against black people in this country.
For the cops that are on the force, stand up and speak up and have a voice, because right now the entire institution is tainted, and we're at a point where the outrage, the frustration, I don't know how much more we can take.
We shouldn't have to go through this. When it's enough.
A question these people say they're sick and tired of asking.
We got to do better. All of us.
So that's the situation in Indianapolis. We're going to keep a close eye on what's happening downtown, but we also saw these protests in Bloomington today. A group gathered in downtown Bloomington holding up these signs with George Floyd's name, chanting, "Black Lives Matter." Well, community leaders that we spoke to here in Indianapolis today are calling on protesters to make their voices heard, but do it peacefully.
To be heard, sometimes you have to be seen, and I'm all for it. But I don't think we have to tear up anything to be heard or to be seen.
So much injustice, but I think that we have to be careful not to play into a negative narrative that reinforces certain stereotypes.
Pastor Sullivan says social media is a good channel for protest. As you saw, Radio 1 DJ B. Swift opened up airwaves today, letting his listeners talk about what they were feeling. Well, many people right now are talking about this George Floyd death and the protests that we're seeing all across the country, but we're also seeing a lot of misinformation posted and shared online. So tonight we had our Verify team break down the most viral claims. Here's what Jason Puckett found.
We want to focus on 3 viral photos right now. We're separating them by ones we verified are true, false, and that can't be verified yet. First, this photo of a McDonald's on fire. It spread on Reddit and Twitter with people linking it to the protests in Minneapolis. It's actually a photo from 2016 after a grease fire in Lebanon, Pennsylvania. So we're moving that to false. Next, this photo of a building on fire posted on multiple social media sites with people asking if it was actually real. Well, a reverse image search took us to the Minneapolis Star-Tribune's website. They're the largest newspaper in Minnesota. The Star-Tribune shows the same building from the same angle on Wednesday. The building was a new affordable housing complex that hadn't yet opened. We can verify this picture. Finally, a video many of you have sent us of a man breaking windows at an AutoZone in Minneapolis. There's a lot to this. First, we saw a post that he was a white man, quote, sabotaging the protests. While we're looking into these claims, we can't independently verify his identity or motive, so right now we're leaving those questions in the unverified category. The most shared claims about this video are posts claiming that the man is actually an officer with the St. Paul Police Department. The St. Paul Police Department has publicly stated it was not their officer. With your Verify, I'm Jason Puckett.